welcome back to Rewatch and Review here on the Blu-ray Hunter. I'm the Blu-ray Hunter, Jonathan Moody, and here we go. We're going to be talking about The Big Chill. I gotta put it right there. Um, we got them behind us, about to dance and do all the dancing scene, probably the most infamous scene on the in the movie. So let's talk about this. So if you watched my ranking video from yesterday, I ranked this 3.5. And so this was actually down below, like this was, ranked basically number 7 on my ranking. And here's the thing. I when I first watched this movie, I hated it. I hated it. I bought it sight unseen because, well, first of all, it's very notorious for for being a movie. It did very well. People loved it. A lot of people still talk about this movie and everything, and it's just sort of blah, you know? Like and I try so I was like, thinking maybe I'll like it better. And I did. I did because trust me, if you had asked me what my thoughts on this like a week ago, I would have told you I hated the movie. Absolutely hated it. And the only reason that I ended up watching it was because I tried watching another movie and the volume was so low that I could barely hear what people were saying and there was no subtitles. So I was just like, nope, I can't take this. Um, and um, so I'm glad that Criterion's actually doing subtitles more so now, but they were not doing that for a while. And so a lot of my old Blu-rays don't have subtitles on them, which drives me nuts. Because I'm deaf in my left ear, and a lot of times I can't hear things, and I don't know, like I had to turn the volume even for this movie for Big Chill up to like 40 something, up to 40 something. That's pretty high, you know. And I don't like doing that because I feel like that's just it should have been higher, level. I should not have had to turn it up that high. But regardless, I watched it and I started laughing a little bit more than I probably did the last time. I think I was just bored, you know. Um, my biggest problem with this movie is that it's an ensemble cast. So like there's like 8 main characters or something, something like that. And they're all hanging out together. And most of them know each other except this one girl who is sort of Meg Tilly's character, who's used to date the guy that, well, I guess I'll start from the beginning. So, Alex is this guy that passed away, and all the people are coming to his funeral. So all his friends are coming. And they decide to stay over at one of their friends' house afterwards and hang out and get to know each other. Not get to know each other, but hang out, reconnect with each other. And so, you're watching this movie and you're like thinking, okay, so we're gonna get to know these people, but you really don't. I'm sorry, you don't really get to know them that well. Sure, there's some fights and some things, and people are like, what's wrong with you and things like that. But like, I don't know. You didn't know these people before, and now you really still don't really know them that well. Like, nobody really grows or changes or, you know, it just seems like it would have been better as a TV series, honestly. And it still could be a good TV series if they did as a TV series. I'd watch that because you could maybe do like some um flashbacks or something to how they were in high school in the 60s. That could be kind of cool, you know. Um I would have loved to see some stuff like that. But I feel like in this show, they don't or in this movie, they don't really you don't really get to know the characters enough. And nobody's a lead. It's an ensemble, right? So there's no lead in it. And like Tom Berenger's name is first only because it's alphabetically B, last name B. This is like Tom Berenger, then Glenn Close. And Glenn Close wasn't even much of the star, or whatever. She was in it and she had a good part, but she wasn't like, you wouldn't call her one of the stars, necessarily. Um, by the way, she went to William and Mary, which is in my area. Um, but I I don't know, I never got to really know the characters. I never really got to understand what was going on. I just felt like they were just there at this party, hanging out at this house. That was it. And after a while, I was like, yeah, do I really like, why am I watching this? But I wanted to watch it. I wanted to finish it. I wanted to be able to say how I feel. And this is how I truly feel. I feel like it was probably made for that generation, the boomers, and a perfect generation. Like they had, this was definitely for them. They had great music. The acting was fantastic. The writing was great. I mean, it's just after a while, I just was like, okay, this happened. I bet if they updated it and made it about millennials, I would be more interested because I'm a millennial. So they'd have the music that I grew up listening to, or whatever, that kind of thing. But aside from that, like this isn't that great of a movie. Um, and I would have dived more deep into who they were, you know, on a lot of it's on the surface and not, you don't really get to dive deep into everybody. And there's some things like there's just some weird scenes or whatever that weird subplots that just sort of feel like like one girl wants to get pregnant with so she's just looking to hook up with one of yeah, she won't do Jeff Goldblum. Kind of feel bad for him. He's sort of like, I don't even know why he's there. He's kind of treated somewhat like, like nobody's interested in him. Um, I like Kevin Kline in it. The only person I thought like had any sort of the arc really was William Hurt, who like sort of, in my opinion, was the same guy that he was probably in high school. He really hasn't evolved, hasn't changed. All the rest of them had changed back then, but I haven't don't change in the movie, much. They haven't evolved in the movie, in my opinion. You guys might see it differently. Um, I don't know. After a while, I just kind of got bored with these characters. Like, what are they doing? What's the point? You know, uh, I don't know. It wasn't my thing. So, um, if you are a big fan of this movie, please let me know, and I will. I, I mean, I may disagree with you, but like that's fine. Um, I like having, conversations about this because I feel like nobody really, nothing really happens in the movie. Like at the end of it, it just feels like, okay. And maybe that was the point. Maybe it was supposed to be like a slice of life kind of thing. But like it's a slice of boring life to me, like I wanted drama, 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 I wanted something like people punching each other because they're mad at each other. I wanted somebody to sleep with the girl, the a wife of somebody, like some kind of drama, something. Because if you're gonna make a drama, make it a good drama. This is sort of boring drama in my opinion. Now, comedy in it was pretty funny. There were some great scenes that cracked me up. Great lines. But the rest of it was just kind of like, you know, like maybe a lot of it was a personal story to Lawrence Kasdan. I don't know, but it was really cool to see young Jake Kasdan as a autograph seeker in the movie. That was very cute. He was like a little kid, and he was asking Tom Berenger's character for an autograph, And Tom Berenger's like, dude, we're at a funeral, basically. And he looks over and goes, I'll give you $1. And he's like, all right, okay. Whatever. I thought that was kind of funny. But aside from that, like, it just wasn't my cup of tea. And that's fine. Could be your cup of tea, and that's great. Maybe you're a boomer, and maybe this really resonates with you. Um, Maybe you're not a boomer and it still resonates with you. I don't know. Just did not resonate with me. I was very kind of bored through it. Now, once again, would I throw this out? Would I throw this movie out? I've talked about this before. I will not throw this movie out. First of all, my tastes do change. That's another reason why I do this rewatch and review show, because sometimes my tastes change. This time it didn't really change. It changed a bit. Like I could watch the whole movie. Maybe next time I watch it, I'll pick up something different, or I'll be in a different place in my life, And I feel like movies do that too. There are times where, especially like I'll watch a Kevin Smith film, just using him as an example. I'll watch like Clerks, and sometimes I might not feel it at that time, so I'll stop it or whatever. Then I'll watch like Mallrats, and I'll be like, oh my God, I feel this. Like this is. But then I'll watch like Chasing Amy, and I really feel it. And then I'll watch, Jane Silent Bob Strike Back and be like, maybe I'm not feeling that right now. So things change. And then like the next year, maybe it'll be different. Like my favorite right now, like right now, and my thing is the Chasing Amy, but really, I think I feel more like connected to Mallrats. Um, I'll never be connected to Dogma. No offense. I know Dogma's got its like anniversary this year, and that's great, but it wasn't my cup of tea. But just like this wasn't my cup of tea. But once again, my cup of tea, is going to be different than yours. And if you like this movie, that's great. I'm not kicking anybody who likes it. I know a lot of people who do. It's just not for me. So, if you get a chance to check it out. It is on Criterion for $20 if you want to buy it. If you like the movie, that would be the place to get it. If this ever goes like gets upgraded to 4K, I am not buying it because there's literally no reason to upgrade it to 4K. There's barely any good shots in the movie. Like I don't know who even did the. Does it say who did the director of photography? Because yeah, it was just okay. It was just kind of bland photography, in my opinion. There's no really cool shots or anything like, I don't need to see the dance scene, in like the highest definition possible. Um, but I am happy I have the movie. I own the movie. And I will definitely probably watch it again at some point to try to see how I feel. Maybe in a few years I'll do that again and do another rewatch and review if I'm still doing this channel in a couple years and then, see what I think. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I mean once again, it was just okay. I mean, it wasn't terrible. Like I wouldn't give it like a 2 stars or 1 star. Like it's not bad like that. It's just not my thing. And if it's your thing, cool, let me know. All right, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Bye.